a lot of things on my mind, if you didn't know. A lot of stuff. The spring is getting geared up to go. Putting down fertilizer, doing all the normal springity spring stuff. Got loads of soybeans in, got seed corn in, got my chemicals brought in, got that all done. Now it's just wait a little bit before we can get planting. It is still April. I generally don't try to get going until the end of the first week of May. Already gone in April, planted, and then had to replant. It's just a pain in the neck. But uh, I do have some, you know, planting that I'm doing. We're planting some hay. We are planting, yeah, we're planting some hay. I've got right now. I'm coming back from delivering a load of corn. Tomorrow and the next day, I got to go pick up loads of fertilizer for the corn that I'm going to get planted this spring. I need 10 semi loads of corn or fertilizer for that corn. Excuse me. So we're doing that. And hello, Norway. Yeah, so we're doing that. That's the deal. But you know, I'm not really souped up and happy about planting this year. I'm just not really feeling the absolute. This is going to be a better year than last year kind of attitude that I normally have. Like, well, if last year was good, this year will be better. Or if last year was bad, it can't get worse, right? Well, I've lived through three bad years in a row, consecutively, 3 bad years in a row. And this year is not looking like it's going to do any better than the last 3 years. Last year we were wet early and then it just dried up. Um, and that's a tough deal. This year it hasn't rained. I mean, we did have some rain on certain farms, but it is dry. It is really quite dry. The soil's really perfect for planting. It's just the date isn't quite there yet. Um, and I've seen early springs like this that turn cold in May, and you can't wait for June to come, and then things kind of pull around. But that's just the way it seems it's going to be this year as well. So the first thing I'm going to plant is soybeans. Okay, I need to get uh, a lot of soybeans in the ground. I'm going to push off corn a little bit later this year because it seemed that the corn that I put in a little bit later did better than the corn I put in uh, first, where it was really super dry. So I'm just going to push that off a little bit. And that's fine because I have to get all this fertilizer brought in and spread and prep that ground. Now, I'm going to break some rules. I've been doing regenerative agriculture now for several years, and I have one farm that is nothing but a rock hole. And when I say a rock hole, I mean it is a rock hole. You can't deal with the rocks the way with you can't deal with the rocks in an absolute no-till situation. So last year I went over that farm with the vertical tillage machine, and it worked. It worked just fine. Oh, I'm back. Is a direct result of the Earth trying to heal itself. This planet has a symbionts to it that when humans intervene, it might be good for the short term, but the long term, things have a tendency to overcome it. We live in an amazing ecosystem. Oh no, you're good. You can come. If you can't pull that out of there like that, you shouldn't drive. You got more than enough room, dickhead. The Anyway, we live in an amazing, amazing ecosystem. So we make a product that takes care of certain weeds, right? Right? I mean, just bear with me. It has to do with nature and farming here. I think I'm done with the political part of it at this point. So we have a weed problem. Why do we have a weed problem? We have a weed problem because we have created a monoculture in the soil. Our soils are not designed, I should say, designed by our creator to be a monoculture. It is designed that everything works in conjunction with one another, from the trees that are growing to the grasses and the different types of weeds and bramble briars and things like that grow around the world, all different places in the world. So if you take a lawnmower and you mow your grass and you mow it this high, you will seemingly always have good healthy grass because that's just the way it is. But when you cut it to that size, what do you get? You get weeds. You get sick grass. You get a problem. Well, why is that? Well, when you cut your grass high in your lawn, it seems like it takes less fertilizer if you put fertilizer on your lawn, or it seems that it takes no fertilizer for your lawn. Well, certain types of grass, they need to be tall. They do. They need to be tall. The heart of the plant is high up in that plant. If you cut it too short, you cut the heart of the plant, and that reduces its life expectancy. But when you leave the grass taller and you mow it more often, not only is it greener and healthier, it's also feeding itself in a way by sequestering carbon from the atmosphere, putting that down into the soil, which then feeds the biology, the fungus, and all the other things that grow in there and beneath the roots. If you cut it short or if you roll it over, what's the first thing that comes up? Grass and weeds. So if you plow your soil, first thing that comes up is grass and weeds. Weeds will generally choke out grass because that soil has then had a problem. It's been exposed, and the seed bank in that soil is can literally be thousands of years old. Some of the weed seeds can sit in the ground for over 2,000 years. And when you plow that up or plow that over, if that seed is exposed and the soil temperature gets hot enough, that will trigger that seed to sprout. And it will sprout and it will grow vigorously and it will shade the soil, protecting the biology beneath it. Because over 85 degrees, the biology in the soil starts to die, uh, rapidly starts to die. So that's just the response. Um, Monocultures can be successfully done through no-till and residue management. As long as you armor your soil, I hate using that term, but it's about the best that we have is armoring the soil. You can armor the soil with residue, chops it up, whether you chop it up with a vertical tillage machine, only cutting an inch to 2 inches, chop it